my gosh, how long has it been since you and I last talked? It feels like it's been ages, right? Anyways, I know that this is out of the blue, but do you think that I could borrow some money from you?
Wait a second. Karen, is that you? I can't believe this.
I know, right? It's been so long since we last reached each other, right? You know, I was actually thinking about it the other day, and I think it's actually about 10 years since we actually did last talk. Isn't that so crazy? Like, how does that much time even pass without one sister talking to another? Life really is wild sometimes.
Hold on a second there, Karen. You can't just make it sound like we happened to fall out of touch or anything like that. You and I haven't talked at all in 10 years because one day you just disappeared without a trace. It's like one day you were here and then the next you were gone. Where in the world have you been all of this time? What have you been doing? Do you have any idea what you've put me through?
Well, you remember that when I did disappear, it wasn't while I was getting really stressed out over taking care of my kid, right? And then after that, we found out that he was sick on top of everything else. And when I learned about how much a treatment for my son would cost, that's when I decided that the whole thing just really wasn't for me at all. But then I remembered that you're a hard worker, and you've basically never had to struggle for anything in your life at all. Not only that, but I know that you saved up a bunch of money when you were single. So I just figured that it was a sign. I was getting tired of parenting, and you were the perfect candidate to take over those duties for me while I went to go and find myself. I just figured that that would be the way to make everyone happy.
You thought that you could make everyone happy by running away? Karen, do you have any idea how heartbroken your poor son Carter was? You really thought you were doing the responsible thing by leaving Carter for me to take care of while you just fled?
Hey, come on. I don't think that you're being fair to me right now. I mean, I had to think long and hard about making a decision like that. Thank you very much. But anyways, that's not really what I even came here to talk about. The reason why I'm even talking to you at all is because I really need some money right now. Please, things are starting to get really tight around here, and well, I just thought that who better to go out for help than my little sister. After all, I don't really have anyone else who would help me.
Excuse me? You mean you don't want to talk about your son at all? You just want to talk about what more you can get from me? You haven't even asked about how Carter is doing, or if he's well, or how school is going for him. This is your son that we're talking about.
Oh, right. I guess you have a point there. Is he all good? Is he still alive, isn't he?
Are you being serious right now? Please tell me that this is all some kind of prank that you're pulling.
What kind of stupid question is that? I told you that I wasn't even here to talk about my son in the first place. You're the one who keeps bringing him up. Besides, it's a fair question to ask if he's alive. The last time I saw him, he had been diagnosed with something that sounded just awful. I really didn't think that he was going to be around for this long. That's why I thought that I would just leave him with family. Well, I went and tried to find myself, you know? It wasn't easy for me to leave everyone like I did.
I can't believe what I'm reading. You're just terrible. How could you talk about your son dying so casually?
Oh my gosh, are you going to tell me whether or not he's even still alive or not? Because if you want, I'll be more than happy to go and visit his grave for a little cash.
He is very much alive, I'll have you know. And yes, he was diagnosed with his disease around the time when you left. But he's recovered and is a healthy young man now. He grew up to be a strong boy who always got good grades in class and worked hard at everything he set himself to. In fact, he's even going to be starting medical school soon. I couldn't be more proud of him.
Wait a second. You mean to tell me that my son is going to be going to medical school? Like, to be a doctor? But that's amazing. He's come so far. I thought he was just a tiny little runt who couldn't make it to his 10th birthday, but are you really telling me that my Carter did all that? This is amazing! I'm rich! I'm finally rich!
What are you talking about, Karen? And why are you talking about Carter as if you had anything to do with raising him at all? I don't know how else to say this to you, Karen, but you really have nothing to do with the person who Carter is today.
Excuse me? And just, who are you to tell me that the person that I literally gave birth from my body isn't my son anymore? Especially after he survived so much. I know that it was a good idea to reach out to you. Here, I thought I was only going to be able to get a few bucks from you, but now I find out that I'm going to have a doctor for a son instead. It's better than I could have imagined.
Seriously, what are you even happy about? Yes, Carter is going to be a doctor in the future, but that really has nothing to do with you, Karen.
You keep saying that, but I don't think that that's for you to decide. Besides, he's my son, so what I say concerning him goes. I guess it's true what they say, though. Life really does find a way, doesn't it?
I don't think that that's what that phrase means, but I don't even know why I'm bothering to talk to you at this point. But I guess maybe if you actually know the person that Carter is now, you would see that it's best for you to give up on this now.
Oh, that's a brilliant idea. Yes, I would just love to meet him. In fact, I know that you might not like this, but I think that it would be best if he came to live with me, actually. After all, as his mother, the least that I should be doing for him is giving him a place to live and something to eat, right?
Karen, literally, what are you talking about? You want Carter to move in with you when he's about to start college?
Well, it's like you say, he's only starting college, and in the future he's going to be a doctor, isn't that right? And if he's going to be a doctor, then that means that he's going to make a ton of money. So of course he needs to come and live with me so that I can cash in on all of that when the time comes.
Cash in? Karen, you realize that you're talking about a living person here, right? Not only that, you're talking about your son, not some blank check.
But don't you get it? This is so much better than I could have ever asked for in my life. My son, who I abandoned, grew up, and now he's going to school to be a doctor. This is great. But now that we spend so much time apart, I think it's high time that him and I have a family reunion, and that he comes to live with his true family.
Are you kidding me right now? Of all the horrible, selfish things that you've just said in this conversation, I can't believe that you think you can just waltz your way back into your son's life after you abandoned him for 10 years. You can't be serious about this. It's just, this is absurd.
Now you listen here. You can say whatever you want about the situation. But the fact of the matter is that I am his mother, and he is my son. Do you understand me? So I think that I at least have a right to be able to meet him and talk about what he would like to do. Are you really going to tell me that you won't let him make his own decision? I happen to think that a son should be entitled to meet with his mother. In fact, I'm sure that if you told him that I'm here and ready to take him back, that he'd love that.
You really think that you can just show up in someone's life after walking out of it for 10 years and still expect to hold the same weight in their heart as when you left? You really are sick in the head if you think that would work. You literally abandoned your son because you thought he would be too expensive. And now you're only interested in reconnecting with your son because you think he's going to make you money? I'm sorry, but I am not going to let you use Carter like that.
Oh, really? And just who do you think you are to say whether or not I'm allowed to do something, huh? You're just his aunt, and I'm his real mom. So don't you try telling me what I can and can't do when it comes to my own child. Do you understand me?
How dare you try to pretend like you have any stake in this at all when you ran off so that you could find yourself, while leaving behind a child you were so sure was going to die. Honestly, the fact that you keep calling yourself a parent is just sickening. You don't deserve to call yourself that.
And just who do you think you are to be talking about parenthood, huh? Are you even married right now? Because I'll have you know that I am.
That doesn't have anything to do at all with what we're talking about right now. But since we're bringing up unrelated things, have you beaten your nasty gambling habit, or is that what you spent all your money on? After all, the whole reason you even contacted me in the first place was to call about borrowing money, right? Is that all you think family is? Just people that you can use when you're in a tight spot and then forget all about again?
I'm sorry, but I really don't think that this concerns you at all. All that matters to me is that my son is going to be a doctor and that I'm finally going to be rich. So don't you worry about yourselves, Nora. You just need to lend me some money now and remember that I'll be able to pay it all off when Carter's grown up and a doctor.
Stop pretending like you are ever going to be a part of his life again. You keep talking if this is all already decided, but you just assume that he's going to even want to have you back in his life.
Okay then, if you really think that, then why don't you go and ask him yourself, huh? Why don't you tell him that his mom is back in town and wants to see him? I am sure that he would like nothing better than to reconnect with me after all this time. After all, no matter what happens, a son is always going to need his mom. And then you'll see that I was always going to get what I wanted because that's what always happens.
Look, Karen, I am not trying to speak for Carter at all right now, okay? But I am just trying to warn you now that this is not going to go the way that you thought it was.
I don't care what you think or what you have to say to me. Just let me see my son already. How many times are you going to make me ask?
Okay, fine. If you really want to do this, I'll go and ask Carter himself and see what he has to say about this whole thing. But as for whether or not he actually does go to meet you, well, I'm just going to leave that to him.
Finally, that's all you had to say this whole time. Now hurry up and ask him.
Carter, I was just wondering if you had a moment to text with me really quick.
Oh, hey, Mom. Yeah, I can text right now. What's up? Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask about how your trip is going. Are you enjoying your vacation?
I was until, well, what I wanted to talk to you about is actually rather serious. And I really am sorry that I'm not there to talk about this in person to you, because I really do think that it's something that should be discussed face to face.
Oh, wow. Well, what in the world could it be that's got you saying things like that? Are you okay? Are you in some kind of trouble or something like that?
Oh, thank you so much for worrying about me first, you sweet boy. But now, it's not about us. It's actually about you, or rather, your mother to be more precise. You see, your mom reached out to me and asked if you'd like to meet with her.
Wait, what? My mom messaged you? Just like that? Out of the blue? I don't care where she came from. I don't want to listen to a word she has to say. Wait a second. You're not going to leave me like she did, are you? You wouldn't do that to me, would you, Mom?
No, dear, of course. I would never do anything like that. You're not going anywhere. I promise you that. I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to make you think that at all. But I had to mention this to you.
But I don't understand. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you're the only mom I've ever had and the only mom I'll ever need. I don't even know any other parent besides you. I don't want anything to do with this other woman who still thinks she can call herself my mom.
I thought that you'd say this, to be honest. But still, you're almost an adult, and I thought you had a right to hear all of this. But it really is true that your mom reached out to me, and she did want to meet with you.
But I don't get it. She's been gone for 10 whole years. What does she have to do with us now? Doesn't she realize she's already done enough? She abandoned me at a time when I was really going to die. And now she just wants to try and pop back into my life for a friendly chat? I bet she just wants money from us.
Well, I won't lie to you, Carter. That is exactly why she thought to message me in the first place. The first thing she did was ask me for money. I didn't bother asking her exactly why she needed it. Or rather, she didn't give me a clear answer, but...
This is really so her? Why am I not surprised that she would try something like this? I mean, does she really think she can disappear for 10 years and then pop back in my life when she needs money?
I know, and I feel the same way about this as you do. She is my sister, after all. But anyways, that's not all. You see, while we were talking, I accidentally let her know that you were going to be starting medical school.
Well, good. I'm glad that you told her that. At least now she knows that I've been just fine without her in my life.
I know, but it's just, well, when she found out what you were going to be doing with your life, she demanded that I give you back.
Wait, what? She told you that she wanted you to give me back? Doesn't she know that I'm a person? I'm not just some object you can fight over.
Exactly, and I told her that she needed to respect you as a person. But she was saying that she thought you might need your real parent and wanted you to go and live with her. And so anyways, like I said, you're practically an adult, and so I thought you should know that this is what she wants to talk to you about.
Except that I know exactly what she wants from me. She just wants to pretend to be my family and squeeze everything she can from us.
Oh, my poor sweet boy. You really don't deserve any of this. I know that it's not an answer, But sometimes even the people that we loved once can do things that we'll just never understand.
I know, but she left me because I was sick. I was only 8 years old. And after she left, I felt like I had just been some burden on her this whole time.
Well, you were never anything like that at all. You're not a burden on anyone, and you never were. I should know because I raised you ever since that fateful day. And I just want you to know that never once was there a day where I wasn't so happy that you were in my life. You're my son, and nothing is ever going to change that. Do you understand me, Carter?
Mom, thank you so much. I'm sorry that I got a bit upset there. I just can't remember the last time I got upset over my mom. It's just been so long since I've had to think about her. Just hearing that she had popped back up like this suddenly, it just made so much well up.
You have every right to be upset over this, Carter. But I still thought you had a right to know about this. I mean, I just thought that even there was a piece of you who might want to meet with my sister. Well, it's your right to do it. But since you've said all of this, does that mean that I should tell her that you don't want to meet her?
You know, I really do wish that I could tell you to tell Karen to crawl back under that rock she crawled out of, but I think I have an idea how we can use this situation to our advantage.
Hey there, Carter. I just wanted to let you know that I finally arrived at the cafe that you told me to meet you at. But isn't it past the time that we said we were going to meet? Where are you? Are you on your way? You're not trying to keep me waiting for you, are you?
I take it that you've already found a set at the cafe then.
That's right. I've been waiting for you here since the time that I said we should meet up at. You should have been here on time. I've been waiting so long to finally see my little boy all grown up. In fact, I think that this is quite unacceptable if you ask me. I'm your mother, and this is the way that you thank me for giving birth to you?
Excuse me? Just who do you think you are talking to me like that, huh?
Wait, what? I don't understand. Why are you talking to your mother like this, Carter?
And just who do you think you are calling yourself my mother, huh? I've never once thought of you as my mother, ever since you walked out on me. You're only interested in what money that you can squeeze out of your family.
Okay, you little brat. I think you need to learn a little lesson about the birds and the bees. I am your mother because I literally gave birth to you. How dare you talk to me like this? Is this the way that my sister has been raising you?
And what about you? This is the way that you decided to greet your son after all this time? I mean, did you really think that I thought of you as my mother after all this time? Did you really think that I was just going to go and meet up with you?
What? I don't understand. What's going on here? Are you telling me that I've been set up? Are you really not going to come and meet me?
That's exactly what I'm telling you, Karen. You and I are never going to see each other again.
But then, I don't get it. Why would you go through the trouble of inviting me to this lousy cafe if you weren't even going to meet me? You're horrible. This is just a cruel prank on a poor woman. I hope that you're happy with yourself, you little brat.
Oh, don't worry. These are the reasons for this. You aren't going to be meeting me today, but you are going to be meeting someone very important.
What is that supposed to mean? Who are you talking about? What's going on here? Wait a second. Are those my parents? What in the world are they doing here? What is this?
Well, you thought that you were going to be meeting your child today, but actually, your parents are going to be meeting theirs. We already know all about the debt that you're in, but we won't be letting you escape this time.
You really did trap me. How could you do this? My parents are the last people that I wanted to see today.
Oh, don't worry. The feeling is more than mutual there, Karen. But your sister, my real mom, reached out to your parents, and they were eager to meet you. After all, right before you disappeared from all our lives, you borrowed a ton of money from them that you never intended to pay back. Isn't that right? Well, that's why they wanted to see you today. They want to get payback with interest.
But this can't be happening. I don't have any money. I came here to ask for money in the first place. I can't be paying things back now. This shouldn't be happening to me. How could you do this?
Well, the how is quite simple, actually. All I had to do was make a couple of phone calls and everything was arranged. But it really is funny, isn't it? You thought that you were going to strike rich by pretending to care about the son that you abandoned. And instead, it's your parents who you are going to meet, and instead of giving you money, they're calling in their debts.
Please, you have to help me. You're the only person that I can turn to now, son. You need to give me some money so that I can get rid of all this debt. I promise that I'll never ever ask you for money again if you just do this for me. You have to believe me.
Ha, this is really just too much. You're the one who spent all your money and borrowed what you didn't have. Well, it's not my job to clean up the messes that you make for yourself. I was just making sure that this time you weren't able to run away and leave the rest here to clean up your mess.
I don't understand how you can be doing this to your own mother right now. How are you choosing your aunt over me? You know that she's not your real mother and I am, don't you?
I was wondering when you were going to say something like this. In fact, I was really hoping that you would, just so that I can set the record straight. You are not my mother. You were barely even there for me when you were around. But my real mom explained to me how you were always out of the house and at the casino, which is how you lost so much money in the first place. But on top of all that, the reason you left is because you found out I was sick, and instead of seeking treatment for me, you left it to someone else's problem. I was only 8 years old, and you literally left me to die. If Nora didn't step in and raise me as her own son, then I might have died too. But it was only thanks to the love that I got from my real parents that I was able to overcome my condition and become the person that I am now. You are no mother of mine, and you don't deserve to call yourself a parent.
But I am your mother. I had you. I was pregnant with you and raised you for 8 years. Do you really think so little of all that work that I put in?
What work? Sure, you gave birth to me, but being a parent is much more than that. I would have hoped that after 8 years you would have figured that out already, but I guess not. But just remember that you've been the one making all the decisions this whole time. And every bad thing that has ever happened to you since then is all your own doing.
Look, we can talk about who is to blame and how you should help me later, but right now I need you to talk to my parents. Please, you have to tell them that you've forgiven me. Maybe it will change their minds about trying to make me pay back all of that money. You have to help me out. I'll take anything at this point.
You still don't get it, do you? You're getting nothing. You never were going to get anything at all. You should just be grateful that we're not doing more to you. Just pay Grandma and Grandpa what you owe them, and then you can get out of our lives. We were all doing fine when you were gone, so why don't you just leave and never bother us again? Mom, are you there? I just really wanted to thank you so much for yesterday. I really appreciate you letting me handle my mom. After all of that, I really do have to say that I feel so much better about all of this. I feel like I can finally put my mom behind and move on with my life.
Oh, sweetie, I am so happy to hear that. But it's okay if you want to talk about this with me. It's good to talk about your feelings, you know.
Of course I know that, Mom. And I think I would like to talk to you about all of this one day. But right now, for now, it's enough for me to know that I only have one mom in this world, and that's more than enough for me. I mean, you really are my hero. Did you know that? I mean, you took me in when I was 8 and raised me like I was your own flesh and blood for 10 years. I mean, I know that you're technically my aunt and we're related, but still, nobody was demanding that you do that for me.
Carter, I don't know what to say. I really am touched that you would send something like that to me.
But it's how I really feel. All the work and effort that I put into overcoming my illness at school, in my clubs, all has been to make you proud. I wanted to show you that I was making the most of my life that you've given me.
Oh, my sweet little boy. How did I raise such a kind-hearted young man? I can't believe how much you've grown. I really am so proud of you, son. Thank you so much for all the joy that you've brought into my life. And know that nothing is ever going to take you away from me. In the cafe, Karen's parents cornered her at the table she was sitting at and said that they were going to be taking her back to their place to make her work until she had paid back all her debt. They even hired some scary-looking goons to make sure she couldn't escape. Once at home, they made Karen sign a contract agreeing to give up one of her kidneys if she tried to escape before her debt was paid off. Then, her parents told her that they arranged for her to work on a friend's farm and sent her out into the fields to perform back-breaking labor. I learned all of this when I went to go and visit Carter's grandparents at their house to hear about what happened. Thankfully, I can say that after all of this, I feel like we've all grown closer as a family. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.